Colin Powell, former Joint Chiefs Chairman and Secretary of State, has died from COVID-19 complications.
In an announcement on social media today, the family said Powell had been fully vaccinated, but he was 84 years old and had several underlying health conditions. He had also been treated over the past few years for multiple myeloma, a blood cancer. Now, today we spoke to a couple of people in KELOLAND who met Powell and say the country has lost a great American.
Powell was in South Dakota on several occasions. He spoke at the Bow Forum at Augustana University in 1995. Powell was surrounded by heavy security during his visit to Sioux Falls. Years later, he came to Vermillion. Eldon Nygaard, a state senator and owner of Valiant Vineyards, met Colin Powell twice. Nygaard tells us that he helped recruit Powell to speak at a leadership program at USD and ended up spending the whole day with him. He and his family were impressed with Powell's memory and sincerity. Nygaard, a decorated Vietnam War helicopter pilot, says, quote, "We lost a great American hero and a good friend." A letter from Powell says he had a terrific time at USD.
"Do we call you General or Mr. Secretary?" And I said, "By all means, it's Mr. Secretary. Now drop and give me 10.
Sioux Falls Mayor Paul Tenhaken met Powell during a Zoom leadership program for mayors last summer in the middle of the pandemic. He says Powell told them, as leaders, it was up to them to find their resolve and to stay encouraged.
As a guy who was a field general and a Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, I mean, this guy led through a lot, and so to hear that from him was very encouraging.
Did it have an impact on you?
Absolutely, and the reason I think he had an impact on me, specifically in that session, but even before I had met him in that session, was just the fact that he's just a true statesman. I mean, when you talk about a dying breed of quote, politicians, Colin Powell was a bridge builder. You know, he was a unifier. He served through 4 different administrations, both R's and D's. And so the guy had a way of getting things done no matter who was in, the highest office in the land. He just got things done.
Powell's first high-profile position was as National Security Advisor for President Ronald Reagan. To honor Powell's legacy, flags across South Dakota and across the country will be flown at half-staff until sundown on Saturday.